Hello, this is Gerald van Was. It's maybe a good idea to explain also the combinations of letter combinations with the letter O that are useful and that you can discover via the Hiragana script. There are combinations with the letter O available there, and thanks to that, and thanks to also understanding the positions of the Roman letters, we can understand what's going on, why they are used there, and what's the way of thinking there. It's there. It's not. It's not completely deliberate that we all use all these things, but the logic is there, and we follow that logic. And because this logic is there, and we do that, it makes sense on its own, and there are reasons enough why this is so. Numerical order, the positions of how we orientate ourselves in time and space follow a certain order that makes it an order. That's not for this video, but I will explain what is happening when we use O combinations, how we think with them, how you can understand them well, and also how you can understand the way how these hiragana letters are written down, how they look like, and how they match the underlying meanings. And I already had the letter E in the previous video. The letter E is one of the two vowels that are our foundation, which we use to associate all things that are related with change and timing, and that needs a starting point in time. And we look at some other point in time and go towards it. With the E, we have that starting point in time. We start from there and we use the timing. The letter E in the katakana script has the transformation process in it. So you have, like in several letters, you have this forward move and taking a step back. Is that idea that there is something that needs to be adapted. That point in the on top is more like I engage myself in that transformation process, and then I have something that can come forth from it. So the letter E, in a way, if you see them in the four squares, in that way it's still presentable. Also, like in the four seasons, you have the third position is the E, is when something comes out of the process. The letter O is a bit different then, but I will continue with the letter O. So you started with the letter E as a starting point in time, and the O is that enlargement moment, that is that end process of time. So it is that going towards something. That going towards is written down as if it starts also from E but continues from there. So it starts from the beginning of a time process and have also the end results. The end results, it is quite easily to understand them, like if you have the bottom left to the starting point of time as E, and then the last part as the letter O, at what comes out of it. It's not the same way when you see it in the four seasons like this, because it is moving forward again and takes something out again. So it is not 100% perfect if you would associate it with a yearly cycle. But if you associate it like this, you have the E as a starting point of time, and you take something out of it in O, that will make sense in all the letters of the that are related with the letter O, and it makes sense how you can associate them easily from there. And I will explain them. It will make sense if you just follow it. So you have, of course, that starting point, and it continues a little bit more, so that you have that endpoint of going towards something. The O is that point of going towards where you need to end into. The O also for us in the Roman letters is that forward move first, the timing process, and then the finding of the moment of it. You find that moment in the second category, and that's where you have that. So you go towards something, and then after going towards it and have it in a timing process, you can find the moment. That's the idea that lies in the background. I find it practical to associate it like this. Leave it if you don't find it practical yet, but just watch the other letters to have the full logic explained or how the combinations are done. But the general sense is quite practical. So we have to, with the O, we go towards a point in time, and that point in time goes from the point where it starts in time with E and goes towards a new point in its end results as O. So and now all the combinations with the letters. What kind of combinations do we have? With the first combination with vowels is always with the letter K, and that's the doubtful moment, so that we say, okay, but when will we have that? And what kind of attention do we need to, to see also if we really need the O, if we really need that goal with O, not with the G then as goal, but with K as ko, we going to check if it will happen or will not happen, if we will have that endpoint of going towards something. It's broken here as well. It is broken. We're not sure if we will get to the endpoint. We are not sure if something will come out. But it's good to have an attention to it, to see, like, do we already have the moment or not? That's the ko. Ko is that you caught the moment, let's say. You caught the moment and you see, do we already have it? Or don't we? You catch the moment here at this point. Is it already going towards it? Are all circumstances in it already to go that way? That's the kind of question that is questioned with ko. With a certain dependency, of course, towards these results. Are these circumstances already there? We don't know. We have to check them with ko. And what will be the real effect that causes something to happen or not going to happen? In the background you have S. S is that sensitivity of all what you can sense, that you can sense, like, do we need it, and is the need there? Is the need there that something will move towards a new point or not? That's the S in the background. S in the background is that all these vibrations that moves all the things together, vibration of things that happen towards the O. So that's the So, which questions actually what kind of circumstances in the background do we have, what do they produce. This production is also making a change in time. So what is going on there? There is a change happening. That's the pa-pa-da. And then we can conclude it from there. The next kind of letters are focusing again on what we really have. So they go from space to time to the background and see, okay, what do we really have at this point? What is the physical reference point in this case? That we have a moment further on. What is it? That we have a moment further on in space, because that's a spatial physical reference. That's to. to is associated with the letter T. T is that position in space that is with the Roman letters very clearly defined there. And the question of to is also the question where is it going to, also because there's a time process in the background. We are related not just with space but also with time. Where are the things going? So we focus upon space. I see, okay, where are the things really going to? To, by the way, it's English also, and to in Japanese is also used in the same way as in English, but also as a kind of companion maker, as they say. So you add something to it that belongs to it. It's related in that way. You can understand it that way. The T is that position in space, and with the two words to it, you know what belongs to it. The next letter is the same kind of position, the position that you have as a focus. Okay, here I have the moment that I've got, but here the moment is in not in space but in timing. So you have the general moments in time, and it's also about I have the moment with, and I also know the moment. I have the right moment. It's about, yes, all the things that have their moments. In that way, we found not only the time process and the end process, but we also have the right timing. So you can associate it like, okay, I have it with me. It derives from one point to another. That's what you can associate it from. How you can associate it from here. The next part is up back in the background. The background letter that associated there shows the full capacity of vividness of the H, of what makes it so that something can live to have that moment of going towards. So it is an effective bridging moment that is expressed with ho, with the ha in the background. It's not 100% clear, I think, except from that you go from one region to another. I don't find it perfectly, but it goes also from the e position to the o position and bridges all the moments and all the bridges at that moment. It's not. I don't think it's 100% clear for me, but okay, you know already what the H is. You know already what the O is, where it is going to. I hope it's already helpful enough to make an association, clear enough to remember the character well. But anyhow, it will go towards that bridging moment. That's something you can be sure of, because it has this vividness of H behind you and goes towards it. You're sure the general support towards it's there. That's the whole, it's the full cycle is going towards that towards moment. The last three letter combinations with consonants are focusing upon the real results. The real results are physical, in time schedule, and the general sense in the background. So we start from the space, and the space extensions are expressed with the letter M. So we are talking about me. Me expresses the extras that can move, that can be brought forward from the towards. When something is going towards something, what is brought forward from it physically is the mo thing. The next letter is the y for the yo thing. The yo means what is brought forward in a time schedule. So what is brought forward after a while, what is really brought forward that can be used in a general sense at some point or another, That's the yo. And the last combinations of vowels with consonants is always ending in R. R is the combination of all connections that you can make, the general power actually that says in this way, what is gained from here? What do we gain in general by using O? And that is expressed in this letter with R in the background also of these general making connections through time, let's say, through associations, through context, whatever that can be. It is due to that process of change. And in a way, it also makes the question: what is real? What is making sense that we have an end result? Is there an end result needed? What is its role? RO. What is its role? How it is rolling into the system? So you have, of course, a timing process when something needs to be changed, and you say, okay, I need to do something to have certain conditions. That's with the e. With the o, you have. There are certain conditions. Will they meet its result? And if they do, they roll. They're not going to be repeated, but they will fit and roll into the system and will make its role clear why these conditions should be met. That's more or less the ro or roll thing here that is concluded in the end, and that's how you can remember this letter. And I hope also these were a contribution that makes these script more available to association, how you can remember them easily, and also to realize a little bit more about what is happening with all the associations that we make with a vowel, and how do we use that a bit unconsciously as well to derive that to a conscious model is something for another video. But I hope these were contributions for the Hiragana script and also for my theory of positions in time and space of all the letters and how we use them as reference points. And this video should have been another contribution to make that a bit more clear. Okay, thanks again for watching. There's a website to Sound Inform, some books too, if you want to have some more accompaniment in a different way as I have explained them in videos. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Bye.